Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It's Friday morning, and this is the first Shabbos after the clocks have changed. Candle lighting this evening is at 4:08, which is a bit of a shock. So we want to make sure that we're getting ready and with extra energy, make sure everything is ready, ourselves, our households, for Shabbos when it comes. This week's pre-Shabbos videos of our Torah is sponsored by Rafi Hollander. Thank you, Rafi. Being sponsored by Rafi Hollander in appreciation of Rabbi Hellman, thank you, and the YIB community for a joyous and meaningful Simchas Torah. Thank you, Rafi, and thank you for being with us, and your presence certainly made it more joyous for many people as well. So thank you very much for the sponsorship, Rafi. We right now take a few minutes to look at, Shabbos Mincha Davening, the Shemona Esrei. The central part of that Shemona Esrei begins, Ata echad, v'shimcha echad, umi ka'amcha Yisrael goy echad ba'aretz. Hashem, you are one, your name is one, and who is like your people Israel, the one nation on the land. Hashem is one, and your name is one. That is based on the pasuk Vayomahu Yeshem Echad Shmocha, and it'll be on that day, the day of the ultimate redemption of the world, when the world is perfected, that Hashem will be one and His name will be one. Hashem is one. There's no power outside of Him. Hashem is one, that there's a plan that unifies all. Hashem is one, that there's an answer to every question. We know that, but we can't see that. His name, the way He appears, does not necessarily reflect that. But on that day, Hashem will be one and His name will be one. And that uniqueness, that mystery of Hashem somehow is also reflected in the Jewish people. Umi kamcha, Yisrael goy echad ba'aretz. The Jewish people are also a miracle. There is none other like the Jewish people. Hashem is absolutely unique, and the Jewish people are absolutely unique. And to this very special, unique nation, Hashem gave the unique present of Shabbos. Tiferes Gedula v'Teres Yeshua, the splendor of greatness, the crown of salvation. Yom menucha ukdusha la'amcha nasata, a day of rest, of holiness, did you give to your people. Avraham, Miguel, Yitzchak, Yorenain, Yaakov, Uvanav, Yanuch, Bo. Avraham rejoices in it. Yitzchak exults in it. Yaakov and his children rest in it. And then at the end of that paragraph, Menucha Shlema Shatarot Saba. It is a perfect day of rest that you desire, Hashem. Yakiru Vanecha V'yedu Ki Me'idcha Ki Menuchasam. And may your children recognize and know that their rest comes from you. Shabbos is not just a day off. It's not just part of the weekend. It is a holy day that comes from Hashem. Hashem and the Torah created the concept of Shabbos. In the ancient world, the fact that there was a day off that entire people rested was unimaginable. People could not understand it. It existed nowhere else. Even today, that the concept of a day of rest, a weekend off, is understandable as part of the rhythm of Western life. But our Shabbos is not just the weekend. It's not just a day off. It's a day of incredible spiritual holiness. It is a day of not just resting and enjoying, but a day of service, of serving in Hashem. And even today, there are aspects of Shabbos that are unimaginable, that we, all of us, as connected as we are, one day our entire community turns off all technology, all electronics, all media and social media. Unimaginable, incredible. There is nothing like it in the entire world. But the traditional commentaries on this phrase in the davening go a step further. And they say it is important that the Jewish people, that all who observe Shabbos know that this day comes from Hashem. It is a command. It's not just, again, a day off. It's not just a weekend. But more than that, it comes from Hashem because it is the day that Hashem wants to rest. It is the day that Hashem did rest. And we rest just like Hashem rests. We partake and share and experience the rest that He took after the 6 days of creation. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael es Shabbos. Lasos es Shabbos l'doros amri salam. We observe Shabbos, we guard it, we protect it. Beini u'bnei Yisrael es hili olam. It is a sign of the covenant between Hashem and the Jewish people. Ki sheish es yamim asas Hashem es hashmayim v'es haaretz u'v'yom hashvi Shabbos v'nefesh. Because it was in 6 days Hashem created the heaven and earth, and on the seventh we rested. We rest like Hashem. Why is this so important? Because in the prophets, In Chazal, there is a concept, perhaps alluded to generally in the Torah, that we are to walk in the ways of Hashem. We are to emulate Hashem, that we are somehow able to be God-like and bring His presence into the world. The one mitzvah that makes that explicit, that shows that we can do what Hashem does, is Shabbos. The Torah says you are to rest just as Hashem rested. And that shows, that is the prime example, the origin that we can be like Hashem. We can do the most incredible, amazing, unimaginable things as only Hashem does. And from that we build out, and then that is the model. To be merciful and kind like Hashem. To be able to control ourselves and have self-restraint and not give in to greater powers as no other power could overcome Hashem. To be holy, to be pure, again, to be good, to be just, to be true. We can do those things. We can bring those characteristics and traits into the world. We can bring more goodness and more holiness into the world. We can bring more godliness into the world because we can be like Hashem. That is one of the fundamental lessons of Shabbos, but that applies all 7 days of the week, that we are able to walk in Hashem's footsteps. We are able to emulate Hashem. We are able to bring more of Hashem, so to speak, into this world. There is no one or nothing like Hashem. Ata echad v'shimcha echad. He is absolutely unique. But at the same time, there is also no nation and no people like the Jewish people that reflects part of that uniqueness of Hashem. And therefore, we were given the unique mitzvah, the unique gift of Shabbos, a day that is not like any other day, a mitzvah and an observance, a practice that is not like the practice of any other nation, because tied up into all of that is the fact that we are like Hashem, that we can be like Hashem. That is how Hashem has created us, and it is our mission on Shabbos and all 7 days of the week to walk in the ways of Hashem, to emulate Hashem, to show Hashem to the world, to act as Hashem does, and to bring us closer to that day when the entire world will declare Hashem Echad, Ushemo Echad. Hashem is one, and His name is one. Good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.